Hey, so this is chapter 7, and the topic that we're going to be talking about is equations and inequalities. Now, for the first half, it's just all equations. In the second half, we'll be covering inequalities, okay? So this is chapter 7a. We're pretty much just reviewing what we learned from last year, okay? Um, Hopefully by the end of this is what we'll be learning. So you have equation. You would know that an equation is a mathematical statement. You need to know what a solution is, find the solution by inspection, and then write equations some word descriptions. Okay, and you can do all of this. Yada yada yada. Mm. So what is an equation? Let's just start off with that. An equation is a statement that two expressions are equal. Okay. So if you have a look here, you'll notice that there's a true and a false response. So we have 4 plus 28 equals 32. So this is one expression, and this is also another expression, okay? So that's what we mean by two expressions are equal to each other. Now, this is true because we know that 4 plus 28 does in fact equal to 32, but it could be false because if you have a look here, 4 plus 29 equals 32. That is not right. 4 plus 29 is in fact 33. Okay, so that means this is a false statement right here. Okay, now obviously we talked about false answers. What sign do we use instead? We use what we call the not equal sign. Okay, you're basically just drawing an equal sign and then you put a slash to it. That's all it is. Okay, and you will always use this is wrong. Okay, if it's not true. For example, 4 plus 28 does not equal to 33, and 5 does not equal to 3. Now, we're just going to state whether it's true or false. We'll just work it out. It's pretty straightforward. So we have 3 plus 8 is 11, and then we have 15 minus 4 is 11. Since they're both the same numbers, it's true. So 7 times 3 is 21. We have 20 plus 5 is 25. It's false. So 21 does not equal to 25, okay? And then you sort of get the general idea, okay? Now, um, we're going to be dealing with equations. Now, you got to think of an equation like a balance scale, okay? So there's two sides. The two sides are called the left-hand side and the right-hand side, okay? Left-hand side just means everything written on the left of the equal sign, and right-hand side meaning everything written on the right of the equal sign, okay? This is just what one would look like. This is an example of an equation. If you have a look here, I have my equal sign. I'm just going to show you what the left hand side and the right hand side is. So on the left hand side we have 3x plus 5, and on the right hand side we have positive 20. Okay. Now, what's a solution? A solution is something where it's a value that makes the equation true. Now what oh what is this? What is this? Okay. What you're going to do is you are going to solve. The process is called solving. Now, what is solving? Um, Solving is just where you are going to apply some rules algebraically, and then you just find what the unknown number is. Okay. So in equation with a variable, the variable is the unknown. So yeah, that's variable is the unknown. Now you can also have no solutions, one or maybe more. Okay. So it could be no solutions. So these are the only options you have: no solution, one solution, or one or more. Okay. So, so these are the only options you have. So if you have a look here, typically it's really easy to do this by inspection. So inspection just means by looking. Okay. You got to think of like the variable that you're solving for as like, what is this number? So if I write this out, my first example, 4 plus x equals 25. So we know x is the unknown number. To write it, it's like 4 plus something equals to 25. What is that something? And then like you could just pretty much figure it out. It's like, oh, okay, I know that 4 plus 21 equals to 25. So I'm going to say x equals to 25. So you are in fact right. That's all you need to do. Okay? So that's the correct answer there. And you're just going to apply the same logic with every question that you see. Okay? So in my second example, this is written as 5 times y equals 45. That y is that something. So 5 times something equals to 45. If you know your times tables, you pretty much figure out, oh, I know that 5 times 9 equals to 45. So I'm going to say y equals to 9. And that's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Finally, we have something like 26 is equal to 3 times something plus 5. So I'm going to multiply something by 3 first, and then I'm going to add 5 to it. So what do you reckon I'm going to multiply 3 by? And it's your job to figure it out. In this case, you would quickly figure out that it would be 3 times 7, because 21 plus 5, that equals 26, which is what we want. So we can just say that z equals to 7. So that's what we mean by inspection. Okay, you just look at it, you just do it, and you quickly figure it out. Okay, so you'll do this on your own. Okay, please make sure you do the homework. I'm really stressing about this. And then we'll just move on to continue doing this. So writing equations on worded descriptions. So uh, refer back to chapter 5i. All you need to do is read the equation carefully and create an equation. So, a couple examples. The number k is doubled, then 3 is added, and the result is 52. So, we know k is the variable, so number k, it has been doubled. So, what does doubled typically mean? Doubled just means times 2, right? I'll write it the other way just so it makes sense. So k times 2, which equals to 2k. And it says 3 is added, so that just means plus 3. Actually, I'll write it more like this. And the result is, so is just meaning equal to. Uh, so if we just write it out all together, this technically gives me 2k plus 3 equals to 52. That's all you're doing. My second example, I have here Monkey D. Luffy works N hours. Okay. They earn $12 an hour, and the total is 156. So this technically means here N times 12. And then over here, the total just meaning equals 2. So in fact, what I would get is 12n equals to 156. And that's how you start setting up equations, okay? Um, I'll see you all in the next chapter.